Hi, today I want to share with you something that can transform your playing. If you practice this one topic over an extended period of time, I can guarantee you will see a significant improvement in your playing. Life is all about balance. Too much of any one thing cannot be good. Now, music is essentially just sound and silence. A lot of the time we tend to focus on the sound aspect of music. So, for instance, we're thinking, what piece can I play? What chords can I play? What licks can I play? What scales can I play? And then, on the other hand, a lot of the time we never take time to actually practice the silence aspect of our playing. If we're to play really well, we need to have some sort of balance between the two. There are many benefits to practicing silence. Silence makes you a better listener. When you stop playing, suddenly you begin to hear what the other musicians around you are playing. And then that enables you to respond to whatever they're playing. Listen to these examples of some great musicians responding and feeding off each other's ideas. Let me listen to this one backing track and see what ideas I can pick up from either the drummer or the bass player. This is a backing track of Cantaloupe Island by Herbie Hancock. For me, this is what jazz is all about. You've got to communicate with your fellow musicians. The only reason I don't really like the backing track is because I can respond to it, but then it can't respond to me. So my first prize is always to try and find a like-minded musician to play with, and then we can feed off each other's ideas. Silence makes you play with conviction. Since you have time to hear the idea in your head, when you do decide to actually play it, it sounds meaningful and it sounds like it's just perfect, and that's exactly what you wanted to do. Say, for instance, I'm hearing this rhythm in my head, pam pa pa do ba do da. I can just go to the keyboard and go, or you see, all those ideas sound perfect because I heard the idea first and then played it. So when you're silent, that enables you to hear things and then play them. Silence makes you surprise the listener as well as your fellow musicians. So the guys have no idea when you're going to come in, they've got no idea what you're going to play. So I could say to myself, you know what, I want to start my phrase on beat number 2. So I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. Or I might say, you know what, the second time maybe I want to start on the and of 3. So I would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. I might even say, okay, let me start on the end of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So guys have no idea whether I'm coming by land or by sea. The other thing about silence is it actually forces people to listen to what you have to say. Have you ever been around that person who just talks and talks and talks non-stop? Yeah, I find those people quite annoying. And you know what, after a while, you stop listening to them. But when you use silence, it forces people to soak that idea in and really listen, and they're wondering, I wonder what is going to play next. Let's see how we can actually practice silence in our playing. Let's use the Miles Davis piece, So What? So What uses just one scale. It uses the D Dorian mode, which is... You can also think of it as simply any wide key, because that's all D Dorian. And then it temporarily goes to E flat Dorian, which is mostly black keys, plus F and C. So here's E flat Dorian. I just like to think of it as black keys, plus any F and any C. So for a start, why don't we play for one bar, and then we're going to be silent for the other bar. And let's start creating that sort of balance in our playing.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now I'm going to try and play for 2 bars and silence for 2 bars.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now I'll try and play for 3 bars and have silence for 1 bar. This is getting a little bit tricky, but let's try it.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Now I'm going to play for just 1 bar and have silence for 3 bars.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
The final thing I like to do is to practice the idea without any restrictions. So I'm just going to remember to have some silence in my playing.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Listen to the masters and observe how they use silence in their solos. I think my top two on this topic would be Miles Davis and Ahmad Jamal. I also love how Herbie Hancock and Chick Corea balance silence and sound in their solos. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you have any comments. Please just leave them below. And if you like this video, just press that like button. And if you haven't already, please make sure that you subscribe to this channel. I hope you enjoy your practice, and I will see you in the next video.